back again, everybody. I'm just trying actually to get ahead here, everybody. I'm not trying to like rush through this, so don't be surprised. Yes, the next time you see these videos, you will probably see different clothing. You'll probably hopefully see that closet door closed, but there's no other way to set up my room right now, so. And surprisingly, my little dog has been really quiet. Usually she's really crying, so hey, I'll take nap time. Alright. Back to the swords, are we? Alright, everybody. 8 of Swords reversed. Again, swords dealing with our fears here. So, most people don't like to think about it, but the reason I like this deck so much is it does make the suit of swords a little bit more approachable. And when I say approachable, a lot of them make this a very aggressive, very violent suit in the tarot, and it really isn't. It really is about our thoughts and our ideas, and because it is of the mind and the intellect, the thing we have a problem with is fear and communications. And that's really the 8 of Swords, is that when you have her in that reversal, you're too busy putting your fears back in place because they're a familiar cage. The problem with doing that is that you stand there screaming at everybody to let you out of the cage that is unlocked while you are holding the key in your hand. So when you're sitting there rattling around in there, ask yourself when you're looking at your fears, are these something really to be afraid of? Is it something that is easily overcome? Is it an actual phobia? Because a lot of times we make things out to be bigger than they are. And, you know, that saying of making a mountain out of a molehill. The 8 of Swords reversed is really an anxious card because you are going back to those known fears because you are afraid of what is on the other side of those fears. Maybe there's something bigger to be afraid of. Maybe there's nothing to be afraid of. And I can't really make anybody do anything, but generally if you're feeling that anxious, the first thing I would tell you is sit down and ask yourself what you're afraid of. Not why, but what. Because sometimes what is going to answer the how we get past it. Because if, for instance, what you're afraid of is the dark, turn on the light. Just a thought. If what you're afraid of is Dracula, well, that's a book, and you can put it back in the library, and you don't have to watch the movies or read any of the comics. And for the most part, he's a work of fiction. I mean, he was a real man. Vlad Dracula was a real man, but the mythology around Dracula is just that. It's a lot of misinformation and a lot of fiction and a lot of things to make people think and afraid of other things. So when you think about it, why are you afraid of it? And I will use Dracula as a great example, is if we're going to treat our neighbors like Dracula, well, why are we afraid of our neighbors? Have we met them? Have they done something to you? Have they done something to somebody you know? Or is it just because they're people you've never met? Because remember, your neighbors are just that. They're your neighbors. Boom. Introduce yourself. And take that time. But I'm also not saying, you know, run helter-skelter, trying to go past all of your fears. Some of those fears you have for a reason. You know, I'll be honest, I've been hit by a car while walking in the crosswalk with a little green walking man. So when I come to a street corner, I tend to check both ways multiple times before I cross the street, in my car or on foot. That fear keeps me alive, and I don't want to get rid of it because putting that off is not healthy. So, you know, that's why I say check and see what it is you're afraid of. And other than that, guys, I can't make you get past your fears, but I can make you see them for what they are, and that's generally nothing. And I'm not saying it's not always nothing, but generally it's something that we can work our way around and generally make ourselves feel a lot better. So happy days as soon as you get over this, or not over this, but past it. I can't say over it because we don't always get over our fears, but happy days are out there, and this is really just another time for growth. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.